All right, we're back, everybody. We got this 6.6 that we didn't have a transmission for, I guess, 2 weeks ago. So now we got a transmission for it and a converter. So I'm going to stab that converter here in a second. This is the one that had the broken fuel pump, and we showed you the difference between a 6.6 and a 5.3 LT fuel pump. So we got a new fuel pump in for it. So I'm about to pull just one rail real quick and drop the pump in it. Went ahead and rounded up some bolts and stuff and got the alternator AC compressor on. And that's going to be it for this one. We just got to put a Flywheel transmission on it. It's getting a 6.2 liter intake. We have intakes, but these are all 5.3s. They're a little bit smaller. So they want a 6.2 intake on this one. So we don't currently have one right here. All right, so like I said, we're just going to pull this rail off real quick. I've already got this loose, so no big deal. Hopefully do it without spilling any gas anywhere and running the paint job. Okay. So when you get a new GM pump, pretty cool. It actually comes with bolts, comes with a little plastic locator to center everything up, and then comes with a new gasket. So all right, that should work out. All right, that takes care of that. So next what we're going to do is get it up in the air, get the flywheel on it, transmission and all that good stuff, and get this one sent down the road. So my dad, being Mr. Funny Man, decided to play a little joke. He gave me one of these, and I thought I was grabbing a nice beer or something, but this is black tea and lemon. 10 out of 10, I do not recommend. This is terrible. But, yeah, good trick.
Where's the date?
The 5th. All right, so we got the flywheel on. We got it strung up. We're going to go ahead and torque the flywheel down. Like I showed y'all in a previous video, you can do the degree, which I done forgot what it was at this point, but
It's like 20, 40.
something like that. But
Yeah.
11 foot-pounds and then 40 degrees or something. It's 76 foot-pounds. Just do 76 foot-pounds if you don't have a degree thing and don't feel like messing with it, and it works out just good.
Yeah, the math comes out to be foot-pounds compared to the torque. Okay, keep going down. Find this spot. There it is right there. Now they make a special tool to hold the flywheel while you do this.
Yeah, it bolts to the block, doesn't it? Or
Yeah.
something?
But if you got two people, just get you a bar.
All right. Easy as that.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. All right, y'all know the deal. Same thing. 8-speed transmission, 8-speed torque converter. Got everything greased up. You just gotta look in here and find your flats and, try to stab it without making a big mess. Made a little mess. Yeah, it happens.
That thing will cut you down there.
Yeah, that's why you just
Like razor blades.
Yeah, just pop that out if you end up spilling a little bit, because it will get you.
The guy hadn't brought the 56 Chevrolet
Motor yet?
Yeah, it's a 5.7.
And we're taking all the race stuff off it.
Yep.
And turning it. Is it stock or is he getting a small cam or?
I think he wants it stock.
Okay.
I think my cam's gonna go in.
Oh, your stock 6.2 cam?
Yeah, I think it sounds good with a 6.2 cam.
Yeah, like the little Nova here. I like the little bit more of cam sound, but when you got to idle them up and then you start pushing through the converter and you can't get anybody to tune them right, and it just kind of becomes a pain, I guess. I don't know. Yours sounded pretty good when I started it this morning, so. All right, pop
You
that.
can do a lot of that through torque management in the tuning of it, but these older transmissions, the 03s, 07s, there's only so much you can do with the 4 speeds.
Yeah.
8 and 10 speeds, 6 speeds. You can do a lot with torque management and make them idle a little bit better. But if you put a big old lumpy cam in it, you're right, man. It's sort of a pain to drive.
All right, so hopefully y'all like that view that was brought to you by C-Clamp. I just C-clamped the camera to one of the rafters in the shop. But so this is a 6.6 iron block, 8-speed transmission, stock front end kit, LT4 exhaust manifolds, and it's going to end up getting a 6.2 intake, which we don't have, but the Swap King's going to put that on when it gets down to his shop. So we're about to head down there and drop this off. But yeah, there you go. So this is the second 6.6 we've done. The first one was twin turbo, and then we have another one that's at the machine shop getting a full rebuild or something. I'm not exactly sure, but it'll be coming down shortly. It was a slow week for harnesses. We only had one. All right, Bobby from RF Racing. We kind of chatted back and forth a little bit. You said your dad was looking at power steering pumps for these 5.3s and stuff. So that's what this is. This is all stock 5.3 that we did. And this is a LSX Innovations. So the plate goes right there where your vacuum pump would go. And then you got a little bracket and you got a little power steering pump. Man, if it was up to me, what I would do, this is that CVF kit I told you about. And then they offer two different power steering pumps. This is a remote pump, so you just put hoses and you have a reservoir. And then this is a
different kind.
It's a different kind of kit, but it's the same pump.
Yeah.
So you end up with this power steering pump with the reservoir on it.
Here's the black one, CVF right here.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
And here's a black CVF kit. They offer them in a polished black. I think they'll do a bunch of different colors, but so that's another just a power steering pump with reservoir. And this stuff bolts on so easy. And like I said, you get all new front accessories. So that'd be the way I would do it.
Yeah.
But if you want to keep with your stock front accessories,
Go inside of the
this would be the way to do it.
Oh, okay.
Right there. So everything just bolts together, and then you end up having to put a remote reservoir, but there's your pump.
Like take that cover off.
What the bracket looks like without the pump on it. This is how small the pump is. So it just gets a remote reservoir. Doesn't take up any room. Nice and clean. But like I said, if it was up to me, do the CVF kit. But yeah, I mean,
Plus it's
we got some stuff. We got
a lifetime guarantee or something, right?
yeah. This is a 6.2 with a Whipple. Yeah, the CVF. That's a good point. The CVF, it comes with a lifetime warranty. So, but yeah, 6.2 with a Whipple. I think that's another 6.2 with a Whipple. And then in that last video, we threw this one up there. It's a 6.6 with some turbos on it. And then the one you just heard running, it's just a stock 5.3 going in a Jeep. So this also has that that pump. And like I said, that was LSX Innovations has that pump. So back to the power steering pump thing. My dad went with the CVF kit. So we ended up with the brand new power steering pump, and everything. Everything fits in there pretty good. I don't know how it'd fit in a GTO, but you got a little bit of room if you look between the electric fan, because what this does is it spaces right there. This is a spacer right here, adapter for your water pump. So it spaces everything off the front of the motor a little bit. So you have to kind of factor that in, and it's going to take up a little bit more room. But if I was going to do a motor of my own, I would do the CVF kit. I wouldn't mess with the stock stuff. But you get a new AC compressor, like I said, lifetime warranty, new water pump, and they work really well. We've done countless CVF kits. Hope that helps, Bobby. I don't know your dad's name, but if your dad's watching, hopefully that helps you a little bit. Dad wants to mess with his truck. We did the full Dakota digital dash stuff in here, and I went through all the programming with the different ohms for the sending unit for his tank, but it's not reading. So we're going to run some jumper wires and see if maybe we got a pinched wire somewhere or something. So it's reading full all the time or empty all the time, and then right now it's probably got either a half or 3/4 full of gas. So we ran a jumper wire, and the issue is the sending unit housing that bolts to the top of the tank, it's down here. We're gonna have to get the tank dropped a little bit, but anyway, the sending unit needs to be grounded. So we ran a jumper ground and just held it on there by hand, and now we got the gauge to read. It says to do it in the steps, but I mean, honestly, the aluminum tank is bolted to the frame, and the sending unit housing is bolted to the tank. So theoretically, we figured it would have been grounded that way, but we just ran a ground jumper and it worked fine. As soon as we dropped the tank and we put a little wire and a little spade connector, should be it. Fun times, huh, Dad?
Yeah.
But at least we figured it out.
Yeah,
And the choices were to drop the tank or drop the tank. Well, actually, we could remove some of the wood, and you said no. So now you're dropping the socket. Now you're going to drop the fuel neck, and then we got to take that loose.
That
and
is
then
the right size. I just need a shorter one of these.
3/8. Okay. I'll go get you a short one. Look at that.
Would you look at that?
I think the only thing left we have to do is check the speedometer with the GPS and make sure the speedometer's working. But the exhaust is done. If we get the gas gauge to read, then all we gotta do is get rid of these ugly ass wheels. Update: we dropped the tank a little bit. We put a big long bolt to keep it from falling down, and a little stubby Phillips head. Watch your back on the fender.
Am I clear?
Yeah. And then we're gonna run a little ground wire to, I guess, one of these bolts. That took a little bit longer than we thought, but so now we got a ground wire ran to that bolt, which goes directly to where the sending unit bolts into the gas tank. So theoretically, if everything works like it's supposed to, let's see. I'll turn the power on. And there we go. So now we have a gas gauge. So everything else should be working. Only thing left to do now with the Dakota digital dash is to verify the speedometer with the GPS to make sure it's right. Alright, so we got the gas gauge working. The speedometer is been adjusted by GPS.
Done.
So we're good. What do you think? Happy?
I'm happy.
Alright. Just out cruising around. Nice day.
Idle's perfect.
Yep.
And this thing's not even tuned. It's amazing.
So you gotta put a little gas in it just to make sure you gotta just top it off, huh?
Yeah.
So we're at like what, 3/4 of a tank now?
Yeah, 3/4.
So you top it off, just make sure we have there's several ohm settings for this Dakota digital. So we just wanna make sure we have the right ohm set, which I think we do. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for us today. We got the sending unit set. I think we're good. Speedometer is set. Good. Truck's running good. He had the exhaust put on last week. I would show you the exhaust, but you can't see it. It's all tucked up nice and neat. And he just went with some 2-chamber Flowmasters, and it got a little turn down. Right there. It just, both of them turned down, one on each side right there by the axle. But everything is so tucked up underneath there, you can't see anything. They actually run through this cross member. So guy did a real good job. But I don't know what else he wants to do with this thing. I mean, obviously, we need to do something with those. But everything else is good. So, got the 6.6 done. Down, out of the way. Dropped off one harness. We still got a bunch of 5.3s to work on. I think we're going to take a couple weekends off because we need to. We've just been going hard. So, still going to do a video on this Nova one day. It's going to be here for a little bit longer. But yeah, that's it, guys. Please subscribe, like, share the video, ring the notification bell. Have a good one. We'll definitely see you on the next one.